We're pushing them, get that extra work in. With the interns, get them, get that work in with, making sure they're getting the mental reps on the field, getting extra video time on their own outside the building. So it looked a lot better today. And they're also pushing through, double repping really, gives you a lot of reps during the day. And so we'll keep on doing that because we have players who need the double repping. Plus also it forces them to kind of push through and Temple tough. We're trying to get these guys tougher. So, but all in all, I thought it was a pretty good day and definitely saw some improvement out there.
What's status of Grayson?
Yeah, he's sick.
See him out there.
He's sick.
Okay.
Yeah, he came in this morning. Don't know what, something might be going around. We just get out of the building. We just sent him home. So, but I think he's had a pretty good camp so far. Yeah.
It seems like I asked about him in particular. There's like almost nobody hurt. Is this typical for
well,
LU?
I think a couple things. The first thing is I think Coach Shaw did a great job of getting the guys in shape. The second thing was when we did cramp that second practice so much, I think we were smart to back off some of the time on Friday, and we went down to a single period, single reps, the second part of team. And just I think taking some of those reps off, I think really helped. And then we got back to, get them in the double reps again. So, I've done this a long time. Talking to the trainers, they always feel if you have a day where you have a lot of cramping, there's a chance you're going to get a lot of leg injuries the next day, a lot of hamstrings, quads, those kind of things. So we backed off a little bit. Also, again, I think the kids are doing a great job in the training room, getting stretched out, rolling out, getting in the tubs. I say getting in the tubs, I guess we have ice chambers here. I've never seen anything like this. But they tell me it works. I went in for about 10 seconds. I go, okay. My body temperature's down. I feel better. No, I mean, I think a combination of, and if you see, we stretch after every practice too. So I think we're really conscious of kind of get them prepped for the next day. And so, I think we're on a good schedule right now. And, knock on wood, we've done pretty good with those irritating hamstrings and quadriceps and those kind of things.
You mentioned the depth in the running back room, and specifically with Therese. What's it like just to have him back with the program?
Yeah, the Therese, I mean, he's electric, and he just plays at a different speed. And he's a guy that when we got here, we saw his tape and knew his story, due to Lackawanna, and I've been friends for, 30 years or so. And so we convinced him to stay. Like, this would be the best place for you. And he did a really good job in the spring academically. Like 10 of our 11 position groups had over a 3.0 GPA, and he had a really good spring. So you can just see him maturing, and I think he's getting some confidence right now. So I think, with Hunter and Kavion and Duck and, Joe Quez does a good job. I mean, we got some backs there that can play. I would say combination of the defensive line, and I've never had a defensive line that deep. I mean, we have like 9-10 guys who can play, and not even blank who's in there. And same thing at the running back spot. So those two spots are really deep for us right now. And going into the kind of schedule we're going to have, boy, physical. Those defensive linemen get beaten up pretty good. And so being able to get guys in and on and off the field is going to be really important for us.
Yeah, specifically with Teresa's versatility, what is it like just to want to implement him into a new
Yeah, so you can do so many things with him. He's a guy you can put out as a fifth wide receiver if you have to too. So the thing that he's working on is learning to protect, but he's willing. It's just working some technique and those kind of things. So you like your guys to be kind of more everyday, kind of every down kind of backs, so you don't have to play so much situational. And that's what we're really pushing Therese to be, is more of a that we could, no matter what the situation, put him on the field.
Yeah, look at that on the defensive side, and I feel like, okay, I can get a feel for up front, and maybe the guys in the back, but those linebackers, it's different combinations every other set.
I agree. And I, so what I do is like Clayton Barnes and myself will bounce around from position coach to position coach and just sit and say, okay, let's go through your room. And when I sit with Coach Duds, I mean, it's like, I got 6 guys who can play. I'm trying to figure out who the best ones are right now. And some guys like Tyree's coming off, some injury time. So he's just kind of getting back up to speed because he missed almost the entire spring. But you feel really good that when he's ready to go, when he's 100%, when he's kind of got himself back in the flow, you feel that he's going to be really competing for a starting job too. So yeah, that's a nice group too. I don't know if we have 2 All-Americans there, but I think we have some pretty good football players there.
Evan's been able to find a lot of chemistry with JoJo and Colin. What have you kind of seen from that wide receiver room?
Well, we definitely improved at that position. There's no question. It's that old adage, competition makes everybody better. Giovanni's making Evan better. Evan's making Giovanni better. All those wide receivers know there's opportunities to get balls. And no question, JoJo and Colin really came in and helped us a whole bunch. That made us different, and then bringing Woods in also at the tight end spot, and then you get Terez back. All of a sudden, you add a lot of speed, a lot of playmaking ability. So what we look like in the spring isn't what we're looking like now. And I do think it was smart for us to be patient when we first got here and didn't want to fill a roster full of guys that, first of all, we didn't know, but second of all, we didn't even know what we needed, And I think after spring ball, we were like, okay, we have a better idea of what we need. And we were fortunate we went and found some guys that, we're not going to get that USC kid who was, getting a lot of reps but wasn't quite starting. We're not getting that kid. But we're going to find those FCS kids bumping up. We're going to find some of those guys who, maybe dinged up a little, like Hunter. Hunter was coming off an injury. Those are the guys that we're going to be able to, and that takes a lot of work from your back, we call it the back room, where the scouts and the personnel people are. I mean, that's looking at a lot of tape. I'm going to look at the long snapper we got. Played NAIA ball, and he is terrific. So again, I have to give a lot of credit, to Clayton Barnes, who really did a good job organizing that back room. And that was part of it too. It's like, we don't have all our guys right now to evaluate all the potential, recruits, all the potential transfers, portal kids. And so let's be patient. Let's get the back office, the back room in place, and then let's let those guys go to work. And I thought they did a great job identifying some players that might have been under the radar, and we got them here, and I think they'll contribute a lot.
Speaking of Hunter, has he been in this first week?
Yeah, I think he was shaking off some rust. I think he's gotten better every day. Definitely seen some things recently. Really, it's funny with those running backs. You want to get some live work. You want to see, because I love those defensive backs. I used to be one. Come up. Yeah, I tackled him. Yeah, let's see when we're going live if you actually tackled him or not. So we'll get some live work on Saturday, and be anxious to see, how the whole thing fits together.
And just kind of talking about the offense altogether. Last week, Evan kind of talked about his connection, they call it bombs over Baghdad.
I don't know if I can say that, but okay.
And then today, kind of like the same thing. Obviously, there was some chemistry, but also at the same time, there were some drops as well. What did you kind of see in the offense? What did you kind of work on?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, talking about the quarterback position, there's a reason why we brought Giovanni in. I mean, he's super talented. And it's just amazing. Evan's the kind of guy that you might, just in theory, say he doesn't need competition. Everyone needs competition. When I say he doesn't need competition, it's he's such a great kid, he's going to push himself. I don't care how great they are, that they need to be pushed with someone else there that can take their job. And so it's a wide open battle. We got 2 guys we think can play in this league, which I think we're really thrilled about, because that was one of the concerns. First of all, could Evan be a significant quarterback in this league? And then also, if he could be, what happens if he goes down? I think we have 2 guys that I think we can push in that direction that, should be able to play in this league and play well. So it's been a good competition. With all the double rep stuff going on, I don't get a chance to get, I'm trying to get everywhere. So it takes me a while to kind of catch up on the video. But I think they have had a good competition so far.
Yeah, with the double repping, is it a nightly thing? Because there's guys on the one end with the sort of 1s and the 2s, and guys.
Yeah,
on
and
the
then
other end?
we flip it. Yeah. So and Tyler has, again, this is something we stole from Saban, and something I've never done before. But with all the players that we have that are in that 1, 2, 3, and you're not sure, some of those 3s could be actually 2s, and some of those 2s actually could be 1s. I think it's really important to get as many reps as possible. Plus, with installing a new offense and a new defense, you want to get as many reps as possible. And the kids have been pushing through. The great thing is now the way coaching is, some of those young guys we have, they can actually coach now. Before it was technically you had 10 guys, that could coach. Now with the new rules, we have a really good group of interns and GAs and quality control guys. And now when we split up, we actually have a really good receiver guy down, even though the receiver coach isn't down with that group. But we have a guy who works with the receivers and is part of, understands it. So I think the way college football is working right now, I think the double rep is really smart. And especially with the way this team is built, because we have a lot of guys who need those reps. And then, again, the last 10 days, 2 weeks, 10 days before the first game, we'll really be narrowing down to figure out, who's going to be the guys that are going to be, starting. But I think we have a lot of guys who can play. I think we're a little deeper than I think a lot of people thought we would be. And I think we're going to be in a lot of close games, and I keep on emphasizing to them, we got to win conditioning-wise, we got to win on special teams, and we got to play clean. And thankfully, we played cleaner today. I wasn't happy the last 2 days, but we played cleaner today.